What do you make of the recent volatility we've seen in Bitcoin? Is it par for the course for someone who's been looking at it for longer, or does something feel new about this?
Something feels new, not in terms of the volatility, it's roughly where it has been. It's been choppier, basically since March to May, Bitcoin top first, then Ethereum. They really haven't broken out again. So they've been this big kind of sloppy range that goes up and down a lot. And I've been thinking about that because normally, at this point in the crypto cycle, you'd have seen mass retail participation and this explosive run. I was expecting it, as was many. Hasn't materialized. Why? Now, is there a structural change in the market? Or is it because crypto is discretionary spending or discretionary investment? And if you've raised prices on people, they have less money, retail participation, to put into crypto. So maybe that's why the flow. So we've not seen the kind of number of new wallets and all of the other metrics follow when we had the recent high, and it makes me think that people don't have money to put in.
That would be a cause. What if it's a symptom? What if they feel insecure and they see it as a risk asset? And they don't
see it as a risk asset because the narrative is like, this is a long-term inflation hedge.
Yeah.
And we'll talk a bit about that because it's not traditional inflation.
Right.
It's actually about central bank debasement. And the central bank debasement is slowing its rate of change because they're tapering, i.e. they're injecting less money each month in. So it's that it reacts to and not to inflation numbers. They're two different things. In the end, we're talking about inflation that's running at 6-7% a year. Well, Bitcoin's up 100% and Ethereum's up 500%. So it's more than accommodated. But people think it needs to be tick for tick correlated.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
What it is a long-term method for sidestepping the devaluation of fiat currency, along with, more importantly, a call option in the future of technology and Web3 and all of the new things that are being built.
Yeah.
No, because I think we're looking at it too short-term time horizon. But maybe it's still this factor of discretionary spending. How much money can you put in? Can you put your $100 a month into your crypto portfolio, or is that now going in the gas tank of your car and on your grocery bill? Right?
Yeah.
That's a meaningful difference to people, and the same will affect equity markets. So are the Robin Hood traders able to deploy as much capital into opportunities? The answer is probably not. It's actually pretty intelligent how they've used options and caught onto options. Don't forget, this generation of 30-something-year-olds, the millennials, got screwed over by the system. They have massive debts from education.
Absolutely.
They have no ability to buy property. They have no upside. They've got all-time record valuation in equity markets, real estate markets, bond markets. How are they supposed to make wealth?
Right.
So they are risk takers by nature. They learnt it in gaming.
That's such an important point.
Yeah, and so they come in a different mentality. Good for them. They will learn the lessons of what's too much they're betting on their options. And they've also learned that crowd behavior works as well, and they can corral a community around an idea and participate together. So I just think it's different. And people look at the amount of options trading and go, this is excess speculation. No, this is a whole different group of people who trade in a different way. Much like when the systems funds and algos came into the market and was like, oh God, they're terrible, the world's going to blow up. No, they still exist, they just trade in a different way.
So you don't think the gamification, people say that like it's a dirty word, the gamification of
course they
stock
do,
trading.
because it's supposed to be about your RIA advising you how to invest, and it should be about value investing and cash flows, and how dare they buy bankrupt companies.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but nobody has the right to tell them what they should or shouldn't do.
Yeah.
That's the point of democratization.
Yeah.